Hi Steve, this is Mike with the Ratrod. Just before the car leaves, I just wanted to give you an update on how some of the stuff works. So when you get it, you wouldn't have any, shouldn't have any issues. Before I do that, I'm going to film some of the car first. Of course, it's a 50 Merc flathead. Been completely gone through. The thing really runs great. Two Holley 94s, MSD ignition. That, by the way, is, even though it looks like a generator, that's an alternator. That's a Power Master alternator. Also on these flatheads, they didn't have a harmonic balancer. And, well, you probably can't see that, but way down in there is I put a harmonic balancer. It helps the front bearing in that. That's something that these engines should have had. Car runs cool, no issues. As a matter of fact, I'll show you on the other side, I have a direct mount water temperature gauge. The gauge on the dash works, the 49 Ford dash works, but it's just, you know, a cold and a hot type thing. And there's a gauge right on the block, or right on the cylinder head on the passenger side. So if you have any concerns on how hot the engine's running, that'll help you out. Of course, 32 Chevy headlights. That's a 34 International grill shell. I had to take roughly around 4 inches out of the center and bring it together. And then on the height, I can't remember how much on the height, but it was probably about 4 inches as well. Hairpins, disc brakes. The top is removable. The company that made it for me, you can actually unsnap this and remove it if you want. The bows, I actually put a screw to keep them from rattling, but you could actually remove the top on a hot day, which is a nice touch. I really haven't done that too much, but if you wanted to, you could. I also put a note so that people would know, of course, in 31 and earlier, Ford didn't have a fuel pump, so these cars were gravity fed, and this used to be the gas tank. And then in 32 and later, they came out with the fuel pump. So I put a note, this is not a gas tank. I actually located the gas tank on the rear quarter panel. And of course, it's real simple to operate. You just push down on that lever, and the gas tank opens, and then push down. There you go. Of course, it has flamethrowers. I'm going to leave the license plates on it in my runner's tag. The flamethrowers, you should probably not run the engine when they're on. I really tried to tweak it, but I struggled. There's a propane tank in the car. I'll show you. You just turn the valve on. There's a button on the dash. And when they pop pretty good. But when the engine's running, it seems like it dilutes the mixture. In the suitcase, I also included whatever spray cans. I included receipts, and then whatever spray cans, like the color of the engine, the body, headers, the wheels, things like that. So those are in the back. The Skull third brake light lights up when you hit the brakes. His eyes glow, which is always pretty cool. Again, just a walk behind. It's been a great car. I've really loved it. It's just time for something else, and yeah, I think you're really going to enjoy it. Of course, the interior, the tack. You can see there's a tack down on the floor. I've always really worked hard trying to hide wires so that you didn't see wires and that type of thing. Also, where the brake pedal is, there's some screws. You take out a couple screws, and this whole plate picks out, access the master cylinder. The propane is right there. As you can see, just turn the valve. The back seat, that just pulls straight out, so when you want to remove it, just pull it up and pull it out. The windows are also removable. And the light might be too bright in here, but you just take out these clips. There's 4 of them, and the glass just pulls right out. The car has speakers, has a really nice stereo system. I had the factory AM radio from the 49 Ford Dash converted to AM FM. And takes a second. Okay. I have little speakers behind the burlap, but the main speakers are on either side of the rear seat. We'll turn that off for now. The fan, it works. So on those hot days, it's a 6 volt, and I have it reduced from 12 volt to 6 because of course it's a 12 volt car. In saying that, the fuse box, I don't know how easy it is to see, but the fuse box is underneath the dash. And then I have some accessory plugs right there for any accessories, plug-in accessories that you want to run. In saying that, you probably won't be able to use it, but I also put a GPS unit up in the top. And there's a cord that, let's see here, that hangs down below. And yeah, plug, and then just plug it right into the cigarette lighter. It's hard for me to do this and run the camera and do it at the same time. But that's basically it. Also, here's for your flamethrowers. Once you turn the propane on, this is the button that you would press for the flamethrowers. Your choke. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and start the car. Just bring it out a little bit. Pump the gas. Now, when the car's been sitting for a couple days, the fuel bowls, obviously need to be cranked to fill the fuel bowls up. But that's it. I'm going to turn the choke off because it's not really cold. The car always ran great. Never had any issues. Alrighty, putting the car in gear. Well, first of all, let me also point out that the gas pedal and the brake pedal are split by the column. So I'm not sure if you'll have an easy way of seeing this, but it's actually easy to drive. But I'm going to go ahead and put the brake on, and then you push down on the top of the shifter in order to shift it. So you push down, reverse, neutral, drive, and then of course second and low. But and I put a note, so who's ever moving the car between you and me, there's a note that says push down on the top of the shifter to put the car in gear. There's the ignition switch. The clock I had rebuilt as well. I wanted it converted to quartz, but the old timer that rebuilt it for me said, no, you want to hear the tick. And the clock was accurate for about 2-3 years. Now it starts to slow down. Although there's a switch on the backside to help speed it up or slow it down. I just never dealt with it. Also, the steering wheel, if you want to remove it, you can. There's a quick disconnect pin. You pull this pin and just take the steering wheel straight off. Well, other than that, I can't think of anything else. I hope you really enjoy the car. Like I say, it's been a great car for me. And if I think of anything else, I'll let you know. Enjoy, and talk to you soon. Thanks.